Well, I guess we got to go ahead and add Sloane Stephens to the list of people who have a victim mentality. I've been going back and forth since yesterday on whether or not I really wanted to cover this story. It's one of those instances where I kind of see both sides of this coin. Sloane Stephens was bounced in the US Open on Friday. She lost, I believe it was in the third round, to Angelique Kerber. After her loss, Sloane Stephens decided she's going to get on Instagram and choose a handful of hateful messages that she's received from people. She is claiming that she received over 2,000 hateful, racist, and misogynistic messages on social media. Now, I don't have any way to corroborate that number. I don't have time to comb through thousands of messages determining which are hateful and misogynistic and which are not. I don't know anyone else who has that kind of time either. Maybe someone in Sloane Stephens' camp does. Either way, Sloane Stephens took to Instagram to share some of these horrible messages that she received on social media after she lost in the US Open. I'll be honest with you. The messages that she shared are bad. They're bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This isn't some media hype. This isn't the media over exaggerating something, making something racist when it really isn't. The messages Sloane Stephens shared are horrific, to be honest with you. Here's one of them. I'm going to share it with you. Quote, "How about less time posing for pictures like a effing slut and more time practicing, you effing cunt? You can't win his serve to save your effing life, you dirty witch," end quote. There were other comments that she shared that were just as bad. Some had monkey emojis, some had clown emojis. I understand how the monkey emoji is considered racist, but maybe I'm out of touch. When in the hell did clowns become racist? Perhaps I missed the memo on that one. Hell, there are so many things that are considered to be racist in 2021, it's hard to keep up. Soon, you won't be allowed to order blackened mahi mahi when you go to a seafood restaurant because the word blackened might trigger someone. Seriously, though, these social media messages Sloane Stephens shared are inexcusable. They really are. There are people in this country that are miserable. Miserable people enjoy sharing their misery with others. Social media gives them the perfect platform to do so. Me personally, I hate social media. I think social media is a disease. Sloane Stephens and the messages that she shared are a prime example of the disease of social media. People will say things on there that they would never say to your face. These same people attacking Sloane Stephens are standing in line at the airport begging her for an autograph. I have never understood why people can get so emotional over sports to the point where they feel that it's warranted and okay to go online and personally attack these athletes. Now, that being said, here is where my problem comes with this. Anyone who has a public platform is subjected to abuse on social media. That's just the way it is. This is not about race. It's not about gender. This isn't a racial or gender issue. It is a people issue. My platform here on YouTube, for example, this is a small platform. Have just over 11,000 subscribers. We average around 1 million views a month, which isn't too bad, but I don't have a platform near as big as Sloane Stephens does. The reason I bring that up is because as small as this platform is, every day I receive abuse on here. You guys don't see the comments. YouTube will hold most of them. I have to go in and approve them if I want to. But every once in a while, I'll go read them or show them to some of my friends, and we'll all get a good laugh about it. People calling me a cracker, a wigger, and ironically enough, some of my videos about transgender athletes, people who are supposedly fighting for the LGBT community, they will go on those videos and call me every derogatory homosexual term that you can think of. It can get to you if you allow it. But you have to see it for what it really is. Miserable people letting out their anger on a complete stranger because they're unsatisfied with their life. But with the mainstream media, social media abuse is only a story, it's only a big deal when it happens to a black person. Why? because it fits their narrative of rampant racism. There is not rampant racism here in America. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. Racism does exist, but is it rampant? No. America has produced more black millionaires than any other country in the world. Black people have more rights in America than any other country in the world. The media wants you to believe that the system is holding down black people, when the reality is this victim mentality that athletes like Sloane Stephens have is what really is holding down black people. Sloane Stephens gave her reasoning for sharing these hateful messages with the world that she received on social media. And I'm glad that she did, because I was wondering why the hell she shared them to begin with. You know the reason she shared these messages? Sloane Stephens said she shared these messages because we don't talk about racism enough. Really? Really? We don't talk enough about racism? That's all the media talks about. This channel used to be about analysis of the NFL and the NBA. Several months ago, we shifted the focus to calling out woke politics in the media and sports. One of the reasons I did that is because there aren't many other channels here on YouTube that cover the topic like we do. Another reason I did is because there is so much content available to cover. And the reason there's so much content available is because every single day, something woke or supposedly racist happens in sports. Every day. I upload 2, sometimes 3 videos a day, 7 days a week. I can't keep up with all the content. Woke politics has become the norm in sports. 2 years ago, this was a sporadic thing, only happened every now and then. Since last summer, it's a daily occurrence. I don't have anything against Sloane Stephens. Honestly, I really don't know that much about her. I'm sure she's a great person. Is the abuse that she deals with online unfair? Yeah, it is. Are there instances of racism that she has to put up with? Yeah. Yeah. Is it something that she needs to bring attention to? No. No. I don't understand what her point is. I don't understand her angle here. What was the point of sharing this? All she did by doing this was give unwarranted attention to the people who were attacking her, which is exactly what they wanted to happen. That's all she accomplished. She took the bait. Oh, and the media will treat her like a victim for the next 24 to 48 hours until the next athlete comes out with the next victim story. This is nothing new. Athletes have been dealing with this type of stuff for decades. You think athletes today have it bad? Go read about the abuse Jackie Robinson had to deal with, or Hank Aaron. Black athletes in the 60s and 70s, they were dealing with real racism. Did those guys whine and complain about it? Did they shed tears? Did they run to the media, turn themselves into a victim? No. They fought through real adversity and racism and actually changed the country. Jackie Robinson and Hank Aaron brought about real change. These athletes today, supposedly fighting for change, all they're doing is bringing attention to themselves. They're not fighting for civil rights. They're not fighting against racism. They are fighting for a larger platform. They're fighting to keep their names in the media. Instead of keeping their names in the media by winning, they do it by victimizing themselves. Have you ever noticed stories like this one we're talking about today with Sloane Stephens? Stories like this never happen after they win. The victim mentality, it doesn't come out after winning the US Open or gold medal at the Olympics. The victim mentality always comes out, it always gets publicized after they lose. Naomi Osaka, Sloane Stephens, Gwen Berry, the swimmer that we talked about last month during the Olympics. I can't remember her name right now off the top of my head. The one that claimed mental health was the cause after she finished damn near last place. And her mental health diagnosis was she suffered from overtraining. It seems to me these modern athletes can't handle losing. So they shift the focus to the abuse they take online. Like I said, if you're a public figure, you open yourself up to abuse online. It doesn't make it right, But what the hell can you do about it? All right, time to let me know what you think. Give me your thoughts on Sloane Stephens sharing these hate-filled messages on social media with the public. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.